Through CanNor, our government has recently invested over $2 million to support 8 different projects across Nunavut. Of course, CanNor, like our entire government, never works alone. It's through strong partnership and collaboration with the government of Nunavut, municipalities, Inuit partners, and Nunavut businesses that we work towards a shared goal of creating jobs. While the focus of these investments is in the communities such as Cambridge Bay, Pond Inlet, Baker Lake, and Iqaluit, all Nunavummiut will benefit from this support for regional economic development.
It's my pleasure to participate in the virtual announcements that help support Nunavut Indigenous businesses, that enhance sustainable economic development activities that will generate income in the arts and craft, tourism, and other sectors in Nunavut. Very much welcomed news indeed. The funding will provide and promote the development of skills that will allow businesses in Nunavut to participate in the professional development activities throughout the job creation and training, so they can acquire the appropriate skills they need to identify and support sustainable economic growth in our communities. I would like to take this an opportunity to thank the government of Nunavut, particularly the CanNor, for their ongoing investment in Nunavut, and very looking forward to having continued support throughout as our communities and our territory grows in terms of economic development and all the opportunities that are available.
Thanks to the support of CanNor, as well as in conjunction with the government of Nunavut's Economic Development and Transportation Department, we've been able to support the annual training conference ongoing now, and we're very happy to see this year we were able to have a 3-year agreement, which allows us to spend more time on delivering those projects instead of applying for them. So we're very much appreciated to changing to these 3-year agreements to allow us to do those projects and focus our time and efforts on those training conferences to build those skills and capacity of Nunavut EDOs. And economic development funding and support for projects in our community is vital to have our communities take on some of the risk that small business can't. This includes infrastructure as well as larger capacity building at community levels that businesses just don't have the risk appetite or the maybe the capacity to deliver. So partnering with organizations like ourselves and other organizations is critical to delivering that on a territory wide. We're a very large territory with a small population, and we have to work together to succeed. And we're excited to continue working with CanNor and the government of Nunavut to supporting our communities and businesses through recovery. And I think there's a huge opportunity in this recovery for infrastructure development in our communities that will not only support a better quality of life, but our businesses developing stronger and more vibrant. So thank you for having me here today.
And I say the welding shop was the one that we're on the list for, and that's still a work in progress, and we're still working towards training local people. It may be expanded more broadly. We're also involved in drilling. We're also involved in welding besides we're drilling, welding, and mechanical type of work, mills type of things. So I think will be key components to allow people from Baker Lake, in particular, to be able to gain the skills needed to work at a mine site and be prepared to take on jobs that traditionally have not been, available for local workforce. They've been people that are from the south that need to do these specialized work. So we're trying to create a skilled workforce that can take those positions on. We appreciate the input and the funding from CanNor to do these projects, and I think we work very well with the regional people. They've been very, very helpful and involved and supportive of our projects, which is great. So thank you for that.
I'm very new into
the business world, and Prime Auto Services is where I fall into this discussion today. The automotive repair and maintenance industry is providing essential service for clients with vehicles, small engines, and what you have here in our community. And it's pretty much the same everywhere else in every community where essential equipment that we have, like such as snowmobiles, ATVs, and within locally are pickup trucks. We rely heavily on such of these equipments to carry out our livelihoods, to go out on the land and hunt, and it's like much every community we're very much tied into our land, and how the technology is forever growing and changing. And some of the equipment that we have today, when you have had men and women that are handy with making equipment run as best they can. It's new technology today. It's a bit of a struggle, and with that, recognizing that, it's one of the things that Prime Auto Services is looking to provide is to fill in those gaps, and how can we ensure that all the equipments that are vital to providing means of hunting and putting food on the table is addressed, and this is where Prime Auto Services is looking to update on technology, and as Frank mentioned, that having specialized mechanics and equipment to ensure that they are up to snuff is what we need, and obviously with the way things are going, we have to very much rely on outside services to be properly trained, and my goal ultimately is to have specialized local mechanics that will be of service to our community.
All in all, this is a $2 million investment that is sure to lead to significant economic opportunities and benefits throughout Nunavut. And this is just one of the many investments Canfor is making to support businesses and economic recovery from the pandemic. Listen, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to meet me this afternoon, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future.